The moment we've all been waiting for is now closer than ever. And it appears that Vitalik himself has just confirmed this. What is going on, guys? It's me, and this is your daily crypto wrap-up. We're going to do a quick video today because guess what? It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you enjoy your day with your family, with your friends. Hope you get some great gifts. Hope you get some nice things. And also, something else happened today. Something else that was actually posted by Vitalik Buterin that has sent shockwaves throughout the entire crypto space. I mean, honestly, this came out about an hour ago. And I do not think people are even fully realizing how big of a deal this really is. But before we get into that, let's talk about Bitcoin first. The price of Bitcoin today, as I'm recording this, just over $47,000. Now we did see Bitcoin actually go above 48K earlier in the day. So it did hit a new all-time high on Coinbase of $48,230. It's since come back down below 47K, hovering around $46,900. On the daily chart, you can see we are looking pretty good. We continue to print higher highs and higher lows. Volume is dwindling down, which is to be expected this time of year, right? People are less active in general, not just crypto, the stock market, everything. That's just kind of how it goes when it's the end of the year. A lot of people are taking time off, spending time with family, the holidays, all of that stuff. So, volume is going to be lower. But you can see on the chart here, we are still holding above that trend line. Very important that we do that. Above that trend line means bullish continuation. Now, if you look at the RSI here, you can see we are getting a little bit overbought. We're over the 70 line. This is why I think maybe we could see a slight pullback. Not saying it has to happen, but one thing I always tell you guys is that when you see these massive parabolic moves like we saw from November through December, you have to expect some type of pullback or correction. After that, again, not saying it has to happen, but we have seen it every single time. If you look at previous Bitcoin charts where there were those parabolic moves, you will see that there is some type of pullback or correction after that. Sometimes it's a huge pullback or correction, and sometimes it's not. We don't know. We are expecting that. I am expecting that. But if it does happen, I would consider it a buying opportunity. Now, Ethereum today, very similar story. We did see it hit a new all-time high of $4,091 on Coinbase. That is the level I've been talking about forever. Get it? Get it? Good. On the daily chart here, you can see we are printing higher highs and higher lows. But you can see we are getting a little bit overbought on the RSI here. We are at that 70 line, maybe even touching 71. So potentially a little bit overbought. Now, we have held above that trend line, and so long as we hold above that trend line, we continue to remain bullish. If you look at the 4-hour chart, this is probably more interesting to me. You can see that we are starting to form what looks to be an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, this isn't confirmed yet. We need to break that neckline here. The neckline comes in around 39.36. Once we break that neckline, then you can confirm the inverse head and shoulders. But I do think that is what this is forming. It almost looks like it, so I'd be watching that neckline very closely. Break that neckline, and then we start looking towards $33,000. If we do not break that neckline, then we continue to look higher. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But overall, both Bitcoin and Ethereum looking pretty good. Bitcoin continues to consolidate. We are looking at potentially a retest of that $48,000 level. With Ethereum, we could see some consolidation here before we make our next move higher. Now, what I want to talk about next is this announcement from Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik Buterin just announced that he wants to see a proposal for an Ethereum improvement that would include a reward system for stakers who unstake their tokens and then stake them again. Here's the actual post from Vitalik. He says, "I'd like to see a proposal that gives rewards to stakers who unstake their tokens and then restake them again. I believe such a program would help bring down the current extremely high effective stake rate, which is leading to high staking rewards, which are in turn being used to purchase NFTs and other speculative assets, thereby propping up prices in a way that feels artificial." So basically, what he's saying is that, yes, the staking rewards are too high. Yes, they reinstaking too many tokens and then restaking them again, and they reusing that to buy NFTs. They reusing that to buy other speculative assets, and that is propping up the price of those things in a way that he doesn't think is natural. He doesn't think it's real. So he wants to see a proposal put forward that actually incentivizes people to stake their tokens and not just temporarily stake them to earn those staking rewards. We already know that the staking rewards are going to go down substantially when the merge happens, right? When we move from proof of stake to proof of work, the rewards are going to drop substantially. Not the rewards for miners, the rewards for stakers. So that's already going to help with this issue. But I do see his point. There are people, many people actually, that are doing this exact thing. They are staking their tokens, earning those staking rewards, using those staking rewards to buy NFTs. They're using those staking rewards to buy other They're using those staking rewards to buy stocks. They're using those staking rewards to buy whatever, and that is propping up the prices of those things. So in a way, I do agree with him. I think that is happening. So it'd be interesting to see what type of proposal comes forward from this. Because again, Vitalik said he wants to see a proposal. Let's say a proposal is put forward and it gets majority vote. Now, you have to understand, with Ethereum, if you want to change something, it has to get majority vote among the developers, but it also has to get majority vote among the users. So it has to get a majority vote in the community. If you do that, then you can actually implement it. So let's say it gets the majority vote. Then Vitalik is behind it. Then it goes to the developers. If the developers agree to it, then it goes to the users. If the users agree to it, then it's implemented. So there's a lot of steps that have to happen for this to take place. But Vitalik did say that he wants to see it. So again, I think he believes this is a problem. So let's see how this plays out. Maybe nothing comes of it. Maybe someone puts forward a proposal. It fails. But I would not count this out. This is something that should be taken seriously. And I think this is something that Vitalik is serious about. So let's see how this plays out. Let's see what happens. Other than that, guys, not much else to talk about. Everything else is pretty neutral. We've got MicroStrategy buying Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin ATM is growing. We've got the Bitcoin and Ethereum futures. All of that stuff is pretty neutral. It's nothing that I didn't share with you guys before. So overall, I'm very bullish for 2022. I think we're going to see some crazy things happen. We're going to see Ethereum 2.0 finally launched. I think this is going to be the year of I think that we're going to see a lot of new people come into the space. A lot of new use cases come into the space. So I'm excited for 2022. I hope you're excited for 2022. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be blessed. Merry Christmas. Hopefully Santa brings you some Ethereum. How about that? Merry Christmas, and I'll see you tomorrow.